The Prius has always been an instantly recognizable vehicle, even for non-car people. It's always had a unique shape and a unique angle. It was the hybrid. When people thought hybrid, they thought Prius. Well, now just about every car is available in some sort of hybrid form or even fully electrified. So what is the Prius's purpose now? Let's take a look. But first, a huge thanks to Koons Westminster Toyota for letting us take a look at this 2021 Toyota Prius XLE. Be sure to check out their website in the description below. All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's talk about the exterior of the vehicle. Starting at the front right here, you have bi-LED projector low and high beams. Of course, they're going to be automatic in this vehicle. You also get integrated fog lights on the all-wheel drive models, which this one is. On top of that, you have LED daytime running lights, and you have features like active grille shutters. Of course, this vehicle is very interested in fuel economy, so those active grille shutters, they're going to close when the engine doesn't need to be cooled to give you a better aerodynamic drag coefficient. Then right here, of course, you have your safety sensor right here. This is going to help with all your radar cruise and whatnot. We'll talk about the safety in just a little bit. Let's get to the side. Here at the rear of the Prius, we have this $425 wind chill pearl white color. Looks really good. 15-inch wheels right here. Has some nice darks breaking up that white. You do have heated exterior mirrors. They are power adjustable, but manual folding. And just moving down the side of the vehicle, of course, we have that floating roofline design we've come to expect from Toyota. And then this vehicle takes 87 octane fuel. Some people love the kind of Prius screaming, "I'm the future," that I'm a hybrid look. Some people don't. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's take a look at the rear. Here at the rear of the Prius, you have LED brake and tail lights. Opening up the hatch right here, there's a little button under your blue Toyota logo. You can see that we have about 24 cubic feet of cargo space right here, and it is a hatchback, so that space is tall as well as deep. You're getting a lot of usable room, and you can fit a pretty impressive amount of stuff back here. And of course, you have this little tonneau cover, which we'll see if I can get on the first try. Will hook in and cover all of your stuff. Now, you can fold down the seats back here. It's a 60-40 split. It's pretty easy. It's just a little button on the shoulder. You push that and it folds down. That's going to give you around 50 cubic feet of cargo space. Definitely a strong point of the Prius is how much stuff you can fit back here. Powering the Prius, you will find this 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine, which is matched with an electric motor. Now, this whole unit's going to be producing around 121 horsepower, around 105 pound-feet of torque. Now, that's routed to the front wheels. The all-wheel drive model has a separate little electric motor that's powering just the rear wheels, and that's going to give you that all-wheel drive action at low speeds. Now, when it comes to fuel economy, you can expect around 51 miles to the gallon on the in the city and around 49 on the highway for the all-wheel drive models. Non-all-wheel drive models are going to get around 54 miles to the gallon in the city, around 52 on the highway. So very good MPG the Prius is known for, and of course it's going to help in the snow, especially having that low-speed all-wheel drive action on models like this one. Let's talk safety. This vehicle does have Toyota Safety Sense 2.0. That's Toyota's suite of active safety features. It's going to include roadside assist along with auto high beams. On top of that, you're getting radar cruise with a automatic braking system that has pedestrian detection. You're getting lane departure alert and a lane choice assist. Let's talk about the trims you can get on the Prius. Starting off the line at $24,525 is the L Eco. That's going to get you a 7-inch touchscreen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You're also getting a smart key system with push button start. Just above the L Eco is the LE at $25,735. That's going to get you sonar sensors with parking assist. On top of that, you're getting blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert. You can get the LE in an all-wheel drive configuration for around $27,135. At $28,575, the XLE is going to get you Qi wireless charging and Softex leather seats. Now, you can also get this vehicle in an all-wheel drive E configuration like we have today. That's going to come in at around $29,575. Topping the line at just over $32,000 is the Limited. That's going to get a heads-up display, adaptive front lighting with auto leveling headlamps, and a JBL sound system. It should be noted this vehicle has the special headlamps and the heads-up display as part of the $800 advanced technology package. Now let's get into the Toyota Prius. Here is your key. Now to unlock the car, this does have the proximity key. I have the car unlocked and running already just because the battery is low. In we go. Door has a good thud to it when it closes, and of course if you were to turn the car on, you would just push that blue power button right there. Again, I already have it running due to the low battery. All your screens are just immediately apparent to you, just screens everywhere, showing you all sorts of information, your speed, of course the vehicle status, and your radio station and speedometer right there. So lots of information presented to you right away. Toyota's done a good job of preventing it from being overwhelming. What is overwhelming is all the dust on this piano gloss plastic. You know, I tend to be okay with it in small amounts, a little more than some car reviewers are. However, making all of this out of it, it just shows all the dust. It almost looks like a speckled design that's supposed to be there, but you can see if I drag my finger through it, that is actually dust instead. And again, this is a brand new vehicle. You can imagine with a few months of driving this, what it might be looking like. And then of course it's all down here as well. Again, it's not a bad thing if you can stay on top of it, or if dust doesn't bother you. But if you are a clean freak, then you are going to notice that. What you might notice that is excellent is the architecture in this vehicle. Really nice design that they've gone with. All these swoops and curves. You can see the air vents are really well integrated into the door. It creates just a cohesive, seamless design from the door all the way over your dash. It feels like you're in a cockpit rather than just a normal vehicle driving position. Steering wheel right here is made of your soft text leather. Of course, it is tilt and telescoping, and you have lots of controls on it, which are going to control all of your safety features along with the screens that we have up there. The sightline out of the vehicle is a little high because they raise up this little bump to make room for these screens. I would rather maybe just have a traditional gauge cluster right here and have the windshield come down a little bit. For a vehicle this size, it just feels like the windshield comes up a little high right there. But that is a really minor complaint. They've done such a good job with the ergonomics of this vehicle that the little things like that do stand out. Overall, they did a really good job. Now we are taking a look at your infotainment system. Let's start with your home screen right here. As you can see, it's showing you your best MPG along with your music that's playing and your connected phone. So this is what you'll be seeing most of the time. Now there are two particularly interesting things I want to show you. First, I'll show that if you don't like this screen theme, something that Toyota does, which is really neat, is they allow you to change it. So for example, if we want to maybe say a dark mode, we can go back and now you'll see everything is different. It's changed the color, it's changed some of the textures. So that is a really neat feature that Toyota has implemented. If we're feeling sporty, we can go for this red theme, and then you can let everyone know you really mean business. As you can see, our icons are now circles instead of the squares they were before. Now we can go back to the original theme. The next neat thing I want to show you has to deal with the eco features of this vehicle. Now, Toyota puts this eco feature in a lot of their vehicles. However, I think that it is best served in the Prius, of course, where it's very energy focused. As you can see, this will show where energy is going throughout the vehicle. So you can see if your engine is charging up your battery. You can see this being the all-wheel drive E version. We have that second electric motor in the back right there. And this is going to be very easy for anyone to understand, even if they have a limited knowledge of how hybrid systems work. And of course, you can see your MPG throughout the trip and throughout your history through multiple trips, which is really neat. So this system, I think, is going to serve everyone's needs. It's not that complex, but you have your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to handle all of your music functions, your driving, and then when it comes to the energy functions and whatnot, I think that's where you'll find yourself in the Toyota system the most. I will show you the backup camera now while we're on the subject of tech. All you're going to do, put the car in reverse, is use your little Prius shifter here. And you will see no 360 camera here and not even any guidance. Just a normal backup camera, though it gets the job done. Now you can see the heads-up display. That's part of this vehicle's $800 advanced technology package. It's really nice to have, as the Prius does not have a traditional speedometer. As you can see, it's going to show you your speed there and where power is going, whether you're using your gasoline engine or if you are using the electric motors or charging your battery with that eco gauge there. And you have an image of your battery as well. So this heads-up display, definitely recommend it if you're getting a Prius, as there is no, traditional speedometer. Now it's hard to make out as it's a very bright day outside, but you can see we have two about 4-inch screens right in the center. One displays your speed, and it's a little shifted to the right. This is right above your center stack, and the other is displaying general information. Right now I have it set to your battery. You can change what it's displaying using this button right here. So we can change it to show maybe potentially the time. We can have it display what the air conditioning is doing, or what our safety systems are doing, and just see any general vehicle messages. These screens are getting pretty dated. It's about time these get an update for a vehicle that's as tech-centered as the Prius. Now looking at your center stack right here, you can see that you have your climate controls all nicely physically laid out, so you don't have to dig through the infotainment or that top screen to reach them. Below that, you will see that we have your Prius shift lever, which has always been a little weird. To use that, you're just going to put your foot on the brake, and then you just kind of move over and down for drive and hit that park button there to put the car in park. A theme of the Prius is it beeps a lot. For example, if I put the car in reverse, just listen to all the beeping it makes. Now this is an electric vehicle, so it has to let you know what it's doing, so that makes sense. But it can get a little annoying at times. You do have a drive mode and EV mode button to the right of that. So if you want to drive this vehicle in purely electric at slow speeds, you can do that. Just remember, this is not a plug-in hybrid or anything like that. It's not going to drive very far or very fast on pure electric power. Moving down from that, you have a Qi wireless charger, which is nice and big. A fault automakers often make with the wireless chargers is they make them just a little bit too small to fit larger phones, but Toyota has not done that here. And then you have two cup holders with your heated seat buttons, and the cup holders have the little nubs which are going to hold your drinks in place. Now you do have a center cubby right here, which opens towards you, and it's a little bigger than I would expect on a car of this size, which is always nice. And then I'll move over here. You can see we have two outlets. We have this 120 volt outlet here, cigarette lighter, and then you have a USB outlet right there. Now let's talk about the seats of the Prius. This actually has some of the better Toyota seats in my opinion. It has a nice amount of cushion, which is pretty rare for sort of these eco-focused vehicles. This one has some really nice bolstering and cushioning on it. I was genuinely very pleasantly surprised with it. The one thing I was not a big fan of is the manual adjustments. Remember, this car's around $30,000. You would expect power adjustments at that point. This does have heated seats though, which is a nice touch. The Softex leather feels good. I wonder how it's going to wear over the years, because it is, as the name implies, very soft. I don't know how it's going to wear in the years to come, but Toyota's known for making things last a long time, so I would not be too concerned with that if I was buying this vehicle. Now in the back of the Prius, there's actually a lot of legroom. This is slightly further back than where I would sit if I were driving. I tend to sit a little close to the wheel, so I tried to move it back a little to be where a normal 6 foot tall driver would be, and I'm 6 feet tall, as I just said, and I have plenty of legroom back here, so you could fit 4 6 foot tall adults in here, no problem, I think. The middle is going to be a little bit of a problem spot just because you have a pretty big hump and it's not that wide of a car. But for this size of vehicle, fitting 4 tall people in here is definitely a good start. And because of that hatchback profile, there is plenty of headroom back here. You could be a few inches taller than me and still be just fine. You do have a center pull out that's going to give you 2 cup holders, which is really nice. You also have 2 USB-A ports back here. Would be nice to maybe see some USB-C ports for future proofing, but that is a tiny little nitpick. Something else that you notice from back here is just how much glass there is in this vehicle. Makes for an interior that feels even bigger than it actually is. Toyota did a pretty nice job back here. So to go back to what we were talking about at the beginning of this video, why does the Toyota Prius exist still if every other car is available as a hybrid pretty much at this point? And the answer is some people just really like everyone knowing they're in the hybrid lifestyle. And not just that, this car is an extraordinary value. I mean, if you look at the L Eco, it starts at what, just over $24,000. For that, you're getting a really impressive hybrid drivetrain that's gonna get you, you know, around 50 miles to the gallon in the city on the highway. You're getting a 7-inch touchscreen with your Android Auto and your Apple CarPlay. You're getting a proximity key with push button start. You're getting a lot of really good features. And of course, that Toyota reliability and that Toyota name. And that's all in a new vehicle at $24,000. And of course, you can step it up to a vehicle like the XLE here, which is gonna get you the Softex interior. You can get the all-wheel drive models and whatnot, but at the end of the day, the Prius just still proves to be an extremely economical value that few other vehicles can compete with. So a huge thanks to Koons West. It beeps a lot too. It does beep a lot. You should keep that in mind if you're gonna buy one of these. It does get kind of annoying, but it's such a great value, you might be able to forgive it. A huge thanks to Koons Westminster Toyota for letting us take a look at this 2021 Toyota Prius XLE all-wheel drive E. Be sure to check them out in the description below. A huge thanks to you all for watching. This was one of our first reviews on our new camera setup, so sorry if anything was out of focus or whatnot. We're trying our best. Please consider liking and subscribing, guys. We'll see you in next week's video. All right, take care.